Hello, guys. Happy Monday, happy new week. Thank you for taking some time to spend with me. I'm Chrissy. I'm at Chrissy Marine Ministries. Today, I want to give you hopefully some inspiration and present a picture of a good relationship between you and your Father. But before that, I want to thank my friends and my family, my partners. Your faithfulness, your generosity, and your prayers is what keeps this ministry going. We look forward to all the growth that the Lord has in store for us in the future. But for now, we are thankful for those who do help us. And if our ministry is a blessing to you, go ahead and go over to ChristyMarineMinistries.com and you can subscribe there. You can buy product. You can become a partner. Find out who we are and what we do, and let the Lord lead you. You know, just follow His will. But go check us out and find out who we are and what we do. And if you're a partner with us, we're going to bless you abundantly. We're going to do things free just for my partners because we appreciate you so much. So today's going to be a little different. I don't really want to teach you as so much as I want to inspire you today. So Psalms 27. Verse 4, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in His temple. To behold, to gaze upon His beauty, the beauty of the Lord. So I recently heard a message on Psalm 91 about the secret place, and it was an inspiration to me, and it got me thinking some thoughts. Where is that secret place, and how do we access it? How do we live there? How do we dwell there? And I think it has a lot to do with the visions in our imagination. You know, you have a vision. You may not like it. It may not be what you want, but you have a vision. And the visions of the imagination is actually the faith and the expectation of your future. So if we want to be men and women, children of God with great faith, we need to have a great imagination. Now, God gave us the imagination, and it has purpose. It's designed to propel us into the future. But many of us, as we grow up in the number of years in our age, we tend to put aside the imagination. And we think we can often think it's just for kids, but the imagination is for us as well. So to behold the beauty of the Lord and to dwell in that secret place. So I was thinking about these. I put on some good soft praise and worship music, and I just let my imagination go toward Him. And I found myself in His throne room, and I realized, that's our throne room too. I can go to my Father's house. That's my house too. I'm welcome there. And so in His throne room, I want you to get a correct perspective of the one who sits on the throne. He's not mad. He's not angry. He's not worried and stressed. He is a happy, happy God. He's smiling, and He's laughing, and He's rejoicing over you. He's rejoicing over your salvation. He's rejoicing that, He's seen, He dreamed about you. He dreamed about the day you would call Him Lord. He dreamed about the day that He would get to walk and talk with you. And now He's rejoicing over you because everything He has seen and dreamed about is coming to pass. And where you are today, He's still seeing and dreaming about your future with Him also. So when you're in His throne room and you let your imagination expand, be free there. Be happy there. Because there's no guilt from God. There's no shame. There's no rejection. There's no condemnation. So I want you to imagine yourself. Everybody's going to see this differently. But imagine yourself free as free can be. A completely free child running up to their dad, and he might pick you up and spin you in circles, and you're laughing and he's laughing. You know, however you see that, however you imagine that, behold the Lord while you're there. Dwell in that secret place. The secret place is kind of like the soul. It's kind of like where you and him can meet, where you and him can become one. You know, you become heart to heart and soul to soul, aware of one another. So when I was there in the throne room with my Father, he was happy. I was running around his throne room, happy and free as could be. And he was just happy and clapping his hands. And there was this audience behind us. You know, they was blowing trumpets. They was playing guitars. There was praise. There was worship. There was a grand piano. There was all these instruments of praise and of worship. And I was just there. I'd run around his throne. And then I'd hop up in his lap and run around his throne. And he was having a good time. I was having a good time. So it's in those moments that you experience the Lord. Instead of learning about, and guys, I love to learn. I love to renew my mind. I love to be taught, and sometimes I can get a little too serious. And he reminds me, don't forget to have fun, because to me, learning is fun. But it's also fun to set aside the theology, to set aside the doctrine, and to just be free. You know, as children in the natural, we got times of learning, and then we have a break from learning. They call it recess. So you got times of learning how to drive a car, learning how to tie your shoes. But there's also this time of enjoyment to where you're not learning anything and you're just free. So when we're in his presence, that's when we're changed. Well, what does this say in, I think, Psalms 16? Verse 11. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Fullness of joy in his presence. Guys, you can't be in his presence and come out of there fearful and ashamed and unsure if you're loved, if you're valued. When you're in his presence, it changes you. When you're in his presence, you come out as a beacon of light, a beacon of hope, and you carry this awareness. As you're overshadowed by him, you begin to release the shadow of him to others. But we got to be in his presence. You know, I'm all about the Word. I love the Word. But think of Adam. He wasn't introduced to a book. He was introduced to the presence of the Lord. Even Moses, before he wrote the law, before he wrote all this, he was introduced to the presence of the Lord. So we need to know the Lord face to face. We need to have faith to where, as children, we got faith that we can encounter the Lord and meet with the Lord. And so if Adam knew the Lord and we have a better covenant, you know, God walked and talked with Adam. We have the presence of God within us. We have a better covenant than even that of Adam. As great as it was, they were sinless, they were made right, but God was not one with them. He actually had to come down and meet with them. Now the Lord is continually with us. He will never leave us, never forsake us. We become one spirit with the Lord. So what we have is better than what Adam had. And if Adam, before he sinned, was able to walk and talk with God, how much more are we? The book is necessary. This is the soul of God in print. It's a revelation of who he is and of his will, so we need it. But Adam knew the voice. He knew the presence. He knew the face of God. And then if you think about it, even after he sinned, as a sinner, he still heard God. God doesn't change. His voice speaks to all people. Okay, we're getting sidetracked a little bit and I'm going back into teaching. But guys, I just want to inspire you this week. Set aside some time, whether you're a morning person or a night person. Set aside some time and don't try to figure anything out. Just let your imagination run wild. Go be with your Father. Let Him minister to you. Let your perspective of Him become one of a happy, happy God. He's happy. Meet with Him, talk with Him, and you will find yourself full of joy, full of peace, even in the midst of your circumstance. And I know you got them, we all do. And in the midst of that, you will find yourself okay. You'll find yourself happy because you know I am a victorious, overcoming Christian. I walk and talk with Him. I got His presence. I always win. He always causes me to triumph. I got the blood of Christ applied to my life. I'm a sinless creature. No evil, no plague shall come nigh me. But meditate. Let your imagination, guys, run wild. So I hope this has been, I know it's been different, but I hope it inspires you and reminds you of the freedom, reminds you of how loved you are, reminds you that His presence, the tangible relationship, the real relationship is more valuable than we sometimes recognize, and we forget it's about relationship. So hopefully this will inspire you to go forward in that relationship, to sit down and be like a Mary, to just sit there and absorb the Lord, to focus your mind on Him. Where your imagination goes, what you think on, what you ponder on is so important. And we must align it with the Word of God. We must let His presence lord over our soul, our mind, our will, imagination, and emotions. Because we're transformed by Him. The world isn't looking for the best theological debater. The world is looking for an earthen vessel filled up with the anointed presence of God that can bring signs, wonders, and demonstrations. And to do that, we must dwell in the shadow of His presence. Abide there in that secret place. It's you and Him alone. You can be hunting, you can be fishing, you can be dancing on top of the grand piano, whatever it is that your imagination sees you, free as free can be. No cares, no sin, no sickness, no disease, and it's just me and my Father there. So I hope you'll share this video and subscribe to our channel, and I hope you'll check out our website. I hope you'll partner with us because we need you. We need a family, a tribe to stick together to make Jesus famous and to go out there and change lives. And because in Christ we're new creatures, we're supernatural, naturally supernatural. So we're just going to go out there and be who we are. And we'd love to have you participate with us and join us. And I'll see you guys next Monday at 6 o'clock. I look forward to it. Have a wonderful week, guys. See you soon.